What's going on, everybody? It's Afro Think Tank. Today I want to talk about the state of Pan Africanism and where we're going. And I have to be honest, man, I'm actually very excited about where we're going right now as Pan Africans, as black people. I'm excited to see, all the things that I'm seeing right now, as far as all the activism from individuals on social media and in real life. When it comes to connecting with each other economically and socially. I'm very excited about what I'm seeing, because I'm gonna be honest, I'd say about not even about 7 years ago, if you were to go onto YouTube, type in African American versus African, or African American goes to Africa, or African American trying to make a connection, trying to find somebody doing something online for reference, for just to get a sense of things, right? It was hard to find. It was hard to find. I mean, you couldn't find, if you were to type in, there was a time actually, if you typed in African in YouTube, you would get nothing but derogatory African pornography. This is back before YouTube really started jumping on, a lot of these derogatory posts. I mean, there was literally, you would type in African American or African tribe, anything African, it will come, I swear, it will be some dark web porn or poverty porn or actual porn on YouTube. It was insane. I mean, it was the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen on the internet, as far as, how we're being portrayed. It was crazy. Anything you typed in, right? Now, when you type in African, you type in African American, you're getting all sorts of videos of African Americans from the diaspora going over there, exploring their roots, exploring business opportunities, meeting people, talking to people, telling our own stories, right? Because we've always let the European with the British accent tell our stories, right? Always. Or the American with a capital M tell our stories, right? But now we're telling our stories, right? And here's the thing. I've been saying this to a lot of my Nigerian friends. You see, because we were systematically broken apart and tricked, and because when you're tricked, sometimes you don't know you're tricked, right? And we as Africans, we got tricked. Asians got tricked. Everybody got tricked by the European, the slickster, all right? Everybody got tricked, right? But the thing about being tricked, sometimes you don't know you tricked until it's too late. Sometimes you don't know you've been slipped up until you're already headed to the floor, right? Trajectory, head to the ground, right? But you already been tripped up. But now we're aware. Now people are becoming conscious. And you see, the disconnect is, now all egos aside, guys, the disconnect is, as much culture as Africans on the continent have, as much knowledge and information they have and all that stuff, because of the way things were set up, African Americans have had all the information. We've had access to all the information, right? So African Americans have been fighting this whole time without knowingly, mostly, that we had help on the other side. There were people on the other side that looked like us that were fighting too. We were fighting. We were leaders, Pan-African, do this, do that. And when I say African Americans, I mean African Americans. I ain't saying foundational black Americans. I'm saying African Americans. Any damn black person, by any means, how they got over here from the slave ships, all right, the wooden ones. I don't care if you landed on the Caribbean islands. I don't care where you landed. If your family was here, all right, and they were actively participating in American democracy and system, African American, you've been here, African Americans, all right, us people, we've been fighting, we've been fighting for this moment to have our own agency, fighting for this moment of equality, and we finally have equality. Equality doesn't mean fairness, though. That's the thing about it. And that's what we need to learn. Equality doesn't mean fairness. We have our equality. Now, what we're trying to do with that equality is learn what to do with it. Learn what it means. Learn about ourselves and what we can do to empower and better ourselves for the future. Right? And we're doing it now. And like I say, I'm going to tell you right now, we're forming Voltron. For those who don't know who Voltron is, let's talk about Power Rangers, all right? Power Rangers, you had five members, right? They all had individual strengths, individual knowledge, and they all had individual weaknesses, right? We were the Power Rangers. All right, I'm just using this as a reference. No matter where we are, whether you're in a continent, you had your own individual strength and your own powers. Us diaspora, whether in the Caribbean or in America, we have our own individual strengths and powers. But separately, we're having issues defeating the boss, right? The bad guy. But what happens is we're starting to work as a team. Yeah, it looks tumultuous. You got people arguing, this versus that. You got ego tripping. I swear, us black men, we ego trip. All right, we ego trip. Heavy, no continental African wants to believe that they're any lesser or any less irrelevant than that great African American they've been watching their whole lives on the television, right? The great African American, you know, wants to remain top dog and relevant as we are being advertised around the world. We want to be, yeah, we're African American, we're badass, we're special, we're African American, we're special forces of the black diaspora, African Americans, right? You know what I'm saying? Special operations capable. Everybody wants to be special. But here's the thing. We all have pieces to this grand puzzle that we're laying down, the foundation that we're laying down. But let me tell you who the glue is, though. You see, I'm not the glue. I'm just a piece. I'm an African American. I'm just a piece. If you're a continental African, you're not the glue. You're just a piece. You're very important to the process, but you're not the glue. You know who the glue is? The glue is the first and second generation of continental Africans moving into the diaspora. People like Gas 'em Up. My man, Gas 'em Up. Gas 'em Up is the glue. Gas 'em Up is the guy that's going to call to form Voltron. All right, and when we form Voltron, or in Power Rangers, you know, Megatron or any Tron Mega, we're going to connect all these pieces together, make the big picture. We're going to form a big, powerful beast that can't be destroyed. And then we're going to go straight for the big balls and we're going to knock them out. That's what we're doing. And why do I say people like Gas 'em Up? And if you watch me, you know who Gas 'em Up is. He be on everybody's panels. Sometimes he be trolling. Sometimes he be on his serious tip. And there's various other people like Gas 'em Up. All right? Young, capable individuals who understand the continental African, from the village person to the city person, and also understands the African American and the Afro-Caribbean, who understands the African American and the Afro-Caribbean from the village, and he know what I mean, from the village, from the hood to the burbs, to the middle class, to the upper class. So people like Gas 'em Up, you know, and people who understand the world, they understand the complete and total totality of the Pan African diaspora, the world, and they're putting all the pieces together. See, they're the only ones who can go get on the phone, they throw on that Nigeria accent, and they go talk hard to those continentals who think they know one or two things that they don't, right? He also can talk to a person like me and relate and understand and see where I'm coming from. He is the glue that keeps the pieces connected on the board, so that when we back up, we can see the picture. All right, so my second generation Nigerians, Cameroonians, Ghanaians, all you guys who you are steeped deeply in the African American culture, you are everything. You are defined definitively. You know, in your own communities, you are seen just like any other African. My man grew, man. Look at him. We ain't doing too bad, right? He on this bike, right? Chilling, old man. All right. So basically, people who got toes in both worlds, who can communicate in both languages, who can see from both perspectives, who can take someone's point of view from over here, someone's point of view from over here, find a place to meet them in the middle, find a commonality, and then get that person from over there and that person from over there to come right here and work together, right? That's what we need. It's that bridge, it's that connection, it's that bridge. And I'm seeing more and more people like Gas 'em Up come online. And the thing is, people like me and Dynas, Pan African Strike Back, and various others, all we got to do is our part. So we create the platform, right? We make the content. We open the door. We create the event. And if people like Gas 'em Up, when he got the time and opportunity, come in and he spill that knowledge. He puts down information. He teaches something. What I always say at the end of my videos, learn something, teach something. You see, a wise man knows he don't know too much. A wise man knows he doesn't know very, very much. Only a fool thinks he knows everything. Only a fool thinks he knows everything. Wise man knows he has, until he leaves this earth, he is a student, all right? And that you can always learn from anybody. You can learn from anybody. And I swear, I be learning. I be learning all sorts of things from people like Gas 'em Up and various other people who come on there that got feet in both worlds and can explain to me certain things that I don't know, right? For a guy who runs his mouth all day and seemingly knows, seems like, or portrays like he knows a lot, myself, yeah, I know there's a whole bunch of things I don't know. And I look forward to listening to other people who spend the time on these platforms, whether in the comment section, whether on video, and they're teaching. And we are learning. Black people are putting it together piece by piece. Yes, we still fighting, but guess what? We're learning. And the thing is, it's like a strainer. We're gonna strain out all the people that we don't need. You see, everybody not coming. The revolution ain't for everybody. Everybody's not on the field. Some people are just meant to sit in the stands and watch. Some people are gonna sit in the stands, they're gonna watch, they're gonna boo, they're gonna cheer, they're gonna hiss, they're gonna throw things, they're gonna harass, but they're not on the field playing. And we have to know, we have to ignore those. Even if they look like us, we have to ignore those people because they're just watching and they'll keep on watching. And I want you guys to notice the competition. And I say that loosely. The competition, the other ideologies, slowly but surely, they're becoming irrelevant. Slowly but surely, they ain't got nothing to talk about because their fantasies that the lives that they want, they make up, the fantasies that they create, all those things become to dry up because the thing is, it's not rooted in any reality. You see, reality there's a lot of information in reality. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to reality. But when it comes to making up fantasies, well, after you finish the book, then what? Everybody done already seen that episode, right? So if you notice, they'll still come to our Pan-African panels and they'll still bother us. We're not bothering them. We don't go to their panels, the few that's left. We don't care about their videos. We barely even report on their videos or the things that they do unless it's something egregious that we have to address as a Pan-African to draw the line in our own sense of morality and dignity amongst our own groups of people. That's the only time we address it. But we don't really care about them anymore because we've defeated them. But see, now they want to come over to us because they're still curious because on the inside, they know who they are. They know they black. They can say it as much as I'm an Indian, I'm a this. No, man, you're black. You know it. That's why you're over here trying to convince us who don't care about you that we black. You sitting there, like, if you notice, they spend more time trying to tell us or be mad at us for wanting to work together. Hey, if they don't want to be a part of it, they don't have to. It's that simple. But as you can see, time will tell that these people will start to grab on our ankles as we rise. They will grab our ankles as we rise. As we do more things and become more capable, you will turn around and you see them following us from a distance. And they'll show some of them will come and some of them will sit right on over there and we don't care. You know, hey, you're more than welcome to come along if you want to be a part of this. You know, sometimes you need to sit down and watch the game. Learn how to play it before you speak, before you get on the field. Sometimes that does need to happen. You know, and other times you got to get up and say something. You know, it all depends on where you at in your journey in life when it comes to this Pan-African, when it comes to this life experience that we're having and all those things. So that's all I really want to say, guys. We're doing great, y'all. We're doing great. We're doing great. We are doing great. We're doing business. We're growing. We are connecting. You know, we're loving more. We're understanding more. We're becoming more knowledgeable. We're learning our history because people who know it is going to teach it. As long as we give them a classroom to teach it. We just got to, if you build it, they will come. If you set it, if I put a table right here and I put a couple tie-dye shirts, somebody going to come by it eventually. All I got to do is stay here long enough. Right? And that's all we got to do. We got to continue to have patience. We have to continue to be able to own our own shit. Meaning, yes, black people sold other black people into slavery. But that was a small number. The enemy is still the perpetrator, which is the European, who perpetrated this entire thing all over the world. So yes, we will accept responsibility for our portion. We will understand the context and the nuance of how it happened. We won't hold everybody accountable for what a few do. But what we will do is know what happened, unapologetically, unobjectively. We will know our own history through our own mouths, through our own scholars and teachers will teach us what we did to ourselves, what we allowed to happen to ourselves, so that we won't allow those things to happen to ourselves again. Okay? So that's all I really wanted to say. I had to speak loud because, you know, traffic, you know. Anyway, I hope you guys feel the same way I feel. Tell me how you feel about just Pan African movement. How do you think things are going? You know, how do you think things are moving? Despite the beefs, you notice the fire, the embers has went down. Despite the beef, how do you think things are going? Because I think things are going wonderful. And there's only better things to come. The greatest things haven't even happened yet. The most amazing things haven't even happened yet. I'm looking forward to those things. Okay, so that's all I want to say. For guys now, I look forward to talking to you guys in the chat. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
You're listening to DJ Afro Think Tank. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.